Hey, welcome back to another episode of Whiskey Row.
Hi, everybody.
So we're back in the speakeasy tonight. We're not outside.
Nope, we're back.
Yep, we're back in the cramped confines of the speakeasy. And Jamie, what are you drinking tonight?
I'm drinking
the cranberry maple whiskey cocktail.
Yay! It was so good when I had it during our cocktail video that I had to have it again.
Yep, and if you haven't seen the cocktail video, our five fall whiskey cocktails, go back and watch it. Go check it out. We're really happy with it. We had a lot of fun with it. So
I think there's like 3 of them I'm gonna sip all through the fall.
Which one's this one?
This one, the first one we did, which was the
white Kentuckian pumpkin spice white Kentuckian.
Yes, and then the apple one.
Oh, the caramel apple old fashioned.
Yeah,
that was probably my favorite. The caramel apple.
That was pretty. It's hard for me to like pick them out because they all had different taste and satisfied different needs.
Tonight we're going to be doing a 5-way double blind. Jamie's going to set it up for us. And I've on the table over there, we've got 15 different budget bourbons. We've got everything ranging from $15 bottles all the way up to about $25 bottles.
And tonight we're on a budget, so we're going to pick out a budget bourbon.
After buying all those cocktail ingredients, we had to drop back down to the budget bourbons. So, we've got like stuff like JTS Brown, Ancient Age 10-star, Benchmark 8, Heaven Hill 6-year, Early Times Bottled and Bond, Wild Turkey 101, Buffalo Trace. Buffalo Trace is probably the nicest bottle there. Maybe the Wild Turkey 101.
Sounds like some familiar bottles are there. So, David, why did you pick this video to do?
Well, because so many of the videos that I do and everybody else does on YouTube is, really focuses in on the allocated stuff, the really hard to find stuff.
The expensive stuff.
Oh, yeah. Right now, with the hype around the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection, those things are incredibly hard to find. And if you can find them, they're expensive. And if you can't get them at retail, then they're going to be ungodly expensive. So really, this is kind of the anti-Buffalo Trace Antique Collection video because I don't have any of those bottles and not many people do.
Did you just admit that on Whiskey Tube?
Nobody, unless you have a hookup of some kind, which I don't have here in the state of Virginia, I have no way of getting it. So tonight we're going to be doing budget bourbons because, well, I have those. I picked the 15 out of just common stuff that I can get at the ABC store, the liquor store around here, and stuff that some of it I haven't even had before. I've never even opened them up. So what I'm going to step out here in just a minute. Jamie's going to go through. She's going to pick 5, any of them she wants, and then she's going to get the blind all set up for me, and then I'll come back and figure out which of the 5 budget bourbons that she picked is my favorite tonight.
This is really good. Very refreshing. I'm not real sure that it goes with crackers. All right. I gotta say, the bottles are completely different than, I guess, the more expensive kind. I picked all the ones that I've never heard of. All right, I got Ancient Age 10-star Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Benchmark Old No. 8 brand Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Crafted Very Old Barton Bourbon Whiskey. JTS Brown Kentucky's Finest. I'm gonna go change this one out, David. I'm not saying that. Alright. Alright, Old Granddad High Rye Mash Bill Bonded Kentucky Straight Bourbon. So I am trying Benchmark Old No. 8 brand. Wish me luck. It just smells really bland. I'm curious to what David would say because I don't smell anything sweet. All right, here it goes. It's super spicy, but I think I kind of taste a hint of cinnamon in there. Not enough for me to be like, ooh, that's good, but yeah, no. All right, David, David!
All right, I'm back. So how'd it go?
Good.
Good? No issues?
Good. Hey, I do have a question for you.
What's up?
Can you tell me what the name of this is?
Fighting Cock. So the nose on this one is getting a little bit of proof. There's a lot of herbalness on this one. Herbalness, a little anise, a little bit of a kind of a pine woodiness, kind of faint, and a little bit of almost like a lemon zest, a little herbal, kind of a citrus thing going on there. So the palate of this one, it's got kind of a strong herbalness. I'm getting a little bit of a licorice, and then there's a little bit, then there's a little bit of a kind of a hint of a caramel sweetness. It's very, very faint, almost like a peanut butter sweetness, like a peanut butter, like a sugary peanut butter. The peanut isn't super strong, but it just reminds me of that sweetness you get from a peanut butter. This has like a candy caramel sweetness on the nose. There's a little bit of a lemon, almost like a caramel, like a very, very thin caramel with a hint of a citrus. There's a hint of peanut in there on the nose and kind of a little bit of a dusty wood. So on the palate on this one, I'm getting a little bit of a graham cracker sweetness with a kind of a stronger herbal, hint of clove, ever so faint touch of black pepper, a little bit of a fruitiness, just very, very faint, almost like a raspberry fruity. It's just very, very faint though.
So these bourbons that are over here, are these bourbons that you're very familiar with, or?
No.
Okay.
No, I mean obviously I've had some of them quite a bit, and I've had multiple bottles of some of them, but a lot of them I bought, I tried them, I didn't care for them that much. So this smelled like a Whopper. The first thing I got was kind of this lettuce note from like a burger, like from Burger King. Like if there's like a lettuce with an onion. At first, that's what I got with like the sesame seed bun.
Yeah, it's a weird smell. I couldn't tell you, but
That's what it reminded me of.
If you chopped it up to a Whopper.
I only know because I had an Impossible Burger the other day. It just reminds me of that kind of that crisp lettuce smell. There's a hint of an herbalness, a little bit of proof. So this one has a stronger peanut characteristic than the other one so far. There's definitely like a peanut shell, a little bit of like actual peanuts, a little bit of a sweetness, some herbalness as well on the palate. I kind of like this. It's kind of good. On the nose on this one, I'm definitely getting like more of a clove herbalness, touch of cinnamon, a little bit of like a kind of a fresh pine. Not like a gross woody pine, but just kind of like a fresh, earthy, woodsy pine. Ooh, that's got a little more proof on this one.
Can I smell that one?
Mm-hmm.
See, almost all of these smell the same to me.
Yeah. The palate on this one, I'm getting a little bit of kind of like almost like a cashew nut. A little bit of a black pepper spice. Definitely getting a little more mouth tingle. It's got a really nice syrupy sweetness.
Would I like it or no?
No.
Okay.
No, but for this class of bourbon, it actually has got a good sweetness to it. But the kind of the nut characteristic is relatively strong. Really, really coats all over the inside of my mouth. This one I'm getting a little bit more of like a hay. Kind of like a hay with a little bit of lemon. Very faint on the lemon. It's almost more like a pine sol with some lemon. It's very kind of...
Pine sol?
Yeah, it kind of smells like a faint cleaner.
Oh.
You know?
I don't smell... Well, I do smell that, like, clean.
Yeah.
But I don't think of cleaner when I...
Yeah. I mean, it's not like, oh, it's chemically gross. It's more of like, it reminds me of walking into a room after you've, like, cleaned it with pine salt, you know? Or it doesn't smell like it's tainted or gross or anything. So it's got a little bit of a hay. It's not particularly strong. It's got a nice, kind of generic sweetness, nothing special. But it has this other kind of depth underneath that. There's like a little bit of an herbalness, a little bit of like a pecan shell type of thing. There's like a little bit of that bitter kind of, nut shell. Anyway, it is what it is. It's not my favorite, but it's interesting. All right, so we've gone through them once. When we come back, we'll put them right on the pedestals.
Yeah.
She's getting rolling crags. We got to hurry it up. All right, so we've got the results. So let's just jump right into them. 5th place tonight, right here.
Okay.
4th place tonight is right here. third, second, and first. So first, second, and third were kind of close to me. And then fourth wasn't too far away from third. And then fifth was just last place. I just didn't like that one very much at all.
Okay.
So.
Should I get the bottles?
Yeah, I have zero idea of what Jamie picked tonight. So go ahead and grab the bottles, and then we'll see if we can do some get. Okay. I see you picking some stuff, and I'm seeing like some stuff that does seem vaguely familiar. Okay, Old Granddad, Bottled and Bond. Oh, I haven't had Very Old Barton in ages. Benchmark I had not too long ago. I think that actually might be this one. Ancient Age. Hadn't had that.
Yeah, I didn't recognize like any of them. So
this is one of the budget bourbons for tonight.
Jerk.
Yeah, you gave it to me.
I did not give it to you.
You did. It's mine now. You know that Bull Run maple infused whiskey. That's a 13-year whiskey that then they infuse with maple. That's a
I know,
good
and there's
bourbon.
only like half of it left.
Like
now.
a 13-year bourbon before they actually put the maple in there. That's like a solid hitter.
Erica.
Seriously, thank you.
Whoa. I went to grab a cracker and I almost grabbed my ice cube. I should be like licking that Bull Run off my fingers.
I think this is the Ancient Age. Okay, so some of these I haven't had for a very long time. All of these I've had before, so none of these were new opens.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
that's true. I didn't open any.
Yeah, so none of these were new for me. So I have had them before, but some I haven't had in like 6 months to a year. So I'm going to say Ancient Age is that one.
So it's really interesting to me that the bottles, some of them were plastic, and then they all have screw-off tops.
They're cheap. Got to keep costs down. So I'm not sure on this, but I'm going to go with this. I think I'm actually pretty close. So I think this is the Benchmark, the JTS Brown, the Old Granddad, the Very Old Barton, and then the Ancient Age 10 Star. Don't know. We're going to find out right now. Let's get them out of the way. In fifth place, we have number 5. What's number 5? Number 5. I got it.
Nice.
Now we got to somehow figure out how to balance these giant bottles on top of the little podiums stands.
They're plastic. They won't break.
So famous last words. All right, number 4 is number 3. And I said it was the Benchmark, but it's not the Benchmark. It's the Very Old Barton. Okay. Again, giant bottle, small podium, recipe for disaster. All right, in third place is number 1. Ooh. Old Granddad, I think I picked that one. Then in second place, we have number 4, which is the Benchmark. And then in first place is the JTS Brown. I like the outcome. That's a good outcome. I've had the JTS Brown before, the JTS Brown Bottled and Bond. And it was made famous in an old, I think, Paul Newman movie where he'd sit there and sip on it. Anyway, it's actually a really solid pour for what it is, for the price point. And I've had it before. I was kind of impressed with it. It's pretty tasty. I actually got this one down in North Carolina. Of all of these, it was the one that stood out to me most as having the most depth. I almost thought it might be Wild Turkey when I tasted it first, was the Wild Turkey 101, but it didn't have that quintessential Wild Turkey funk, which is
David, is it complicated?
It's complicated, Jamie. So the Benchmark did better than I thought it would. I'm not surprised by the JTS Brown. The Benchmark did better than I thought it would. I've had it before. This was a gift from Luca. It's a pretty solid pour. Again, Benchmark 8s, it's a Buffalo Trace product. It's just really young and you know, it is what it is. It's just a, you know, kind of a bottom shelf thing, but it's actually a pretty solid pour. Old Granddad Bottled and Bond's really pretty solid. Couldn't complain too much about that one. It definitely was in the top 3. Tonight, it's not as good as the Old Granddad 114, but it's definitely saves you a little bit there. The Very Old Barton, and it was okay. And then the Ancient Age 10 Star is just not good.
Wah wah.
It really is. That's the best way to describe it. You want to try it?
Not really.
The worst
you
one
said
of the
it's,
night?
Oh, Jamie, try the worst one of the night.
Thank you so much for watching the video tonight. If you ended up enjoying it, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you have not. Thank you so much to our Patreons for your continued support and for all you do for the channel. And until next time, find a bottle you love. It's totally backwards. Stop. I win. This one wins tonight.
Mine. That's
my arms are
budget bourbon. Nobody wants to
Yeah, but the JTS Brown won tonight, and your maple bourbon didn't even get to compete.
Get out of my face.
Out of your face, get out of my face. Even on retail and on secondary, they're godly. And
Looks like the books follow the sun. Yeah, you just grab that for me. Go upstairs and do dishes while I'm doing this.
so on the palate on this one, I'm getting a little bit of a graham crapper.
Bleep! Oh no, I might rethink things now that you're on doing budget bourbon videos. That was
You're
just
so dirty.
gross.
You're dirty.
That was gross. You guys, he's too gross for this channel.
The things that get edited out of these videos.
I think he threw that bottle in there just to make me say it. Nope. You did not fool me this time.